We are starting out with our friend and sister, Sarah Coon. You might remember her from a previous episode where she told us about her experience with the foster care system. But today, she's joining us for a discussion on surrogacy. So Sarah, welcome back. For everyone who doesn't know, tell us what surrogacy is and then tell us your story with it.
Yeah, so surrogacy is when you have a baby for someone else. There's two different kinds of surrogacy. There's gestational surrogacy, and then I don't remember the name of the other one because it's very uncommon. It's where you use your own egg along with a sperm donor. But the gestational is a donor of mom and dad, and then I just carry the baby. And our journey, so we've actually done 2 surrogacy journeys already and getting ready to do a third one, which will be pretty exciting. I know. It came about with us because I was actually looking at both of my girls one day, and it was just one of those moments as a mom that you see your children and you're like, oh my gosh, that's my nose, or that's my husband's eyes. And you get to see the little parts of your child, and the experience that I had in giving birth was in general pretty good. I had pretty easy pregnancies. I had really easy labor. And I know a lot of women who did not and who struggled a lot with both of those. And then also I know a lot of women that have struggled getting pregnant and the heartbreak that comes with that. Yeah. Because as a woman and as a mother, I know that the desire to have a child is something that doesn't just go away. And so I was looking at the girls one day, and it initially started because I was like, well, I'll donate my eggs. And then with my history and everything that I've been through, that was not, my genetics are not up to par. And so then I started looking at surrogacy and really realizing like, this might be a thing. And my husband and I prayed about it, and we decided, okay, we're going to do it. And we went into it. And when I tell you I went into it expecting something different, it came out 10 times more than I could ever imagine.
Wow.
Pregnancy was not easy. I mean, it's very rare that you'll find someone that says pregnancy was easy, that they love it. But the experience at the end, when we were in the labor and delivery room and I was able to hand that baby over to mom, and to have mom and dad both so emotional, so happy to see that moment of joy on their face, and not a dry eye in the labor room. Not even my husband. My husband was getting teary-eyed, which then caused all of the nurses to get teary-eyed. And it's an experience that I've never fully felt. It's better to give than to receive than I did in that moment.
Wow.
It was an incredible moment, and I loved it. And here we are going on number 3.
How do you go about with the families? Like, is there a process for you? Are there certain people that you're more attracted to in the sense that, like, this is the family, like, this is, who I feel like God wants me to have a baby for? How does that work?
Yeah, absolutely. So we went through, it's called circle surrogacy.
Okay.
And I loved the company that we went through. It was incredible. They were there for me 100% the whole way. And the process that they go through is it's a very extensive interview process. So the intended parents write a letter to their future surrogate. And you read that. And I read a couple that I was like, I don't know, maybe. And we just decided not to go forward with the interview. And then I read one, and you could hear the emotion when they were writing and just the personality that was coming through. I knew we would click really well. And we obviously prayed over every letter that we received. And both Sean and I were like, that's the one.
Wow.
And
so special.
So we did a video interview with them. And I got to ask a ton of questions on who they are and what their ideas on life are and why they wanted a kid and what was happening. And so in that whole process, I loved that I got to be in complete control of who we got to choose and have a baby for.
That's so sweet. Wow.
That would have been my question. is in choosing that family, I love the idea that you get to kind of pick and choose, because I would think, one, aside from it being a calling, I would imagine it truly is a calling from God. It's not something that you can just, say, I know, I'm going to have someone else's baby. But I think that being able to choose, because I think that's so important as you're not their mother, but you're playing such a huge part in their life, that you can believe in what that baby, what that child that you are really responsible for carrying for them, but that you have a part in knowing, like, okay, this feels right, this feels good. They're believers, maybe that their ideas are in line with God, or how you would want to see any child really raised up.
Yeah.
And do you have contact with any of the families still? The two?
Yeah, I actually have contact with both of them. Our friends on Facebook.
awesome.
We email back and forth. Yeah.
Oh, that's so great. Well, we were so happy that you came again, Sarah, and unfortunately our time has come to an end. It went too quickly, but thank you so much for being here. And I think we can all agree that regardless of how a child is conceived, their life is precious and should be raised to know they are loved as a member of God's family.
Thanks for watching. For this and more, make sure you tune into Outspoken on Monday nights at 8/7 Central on FISM.tv. And remember, you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and subscribe to our FISM TV YouTube channel for more videos just like this.